everyone. Welcome back to Dreambound. Last time we met this little guy. I don't know if I'm in the right spot or not, if I'm honest. Yes. There we go. I was trying to figure out why I was in the wrong spot again. I had this whole moment where I was like, oh, because if you go to the thing where all the saves are, it doesn't have like this it doesn't have that I saved the game, which was very stressful. And then I was like, oh, okay, so it didn't say also this is actually way louder than I thought it was. So I am turning it down again because I am a criminal, I suppose. But yeah, so I didn't know if there's a save. But anyways, so we just got out of like a nightmare or something, like a dream, the teacher's dream or whatever. I'm gonna keep turning it down until I die. Until I die, Professor. Until I die. Okay. Let's give that a try. So, we came out of our dream. We just met this guy. He also like came in to our world as we went into the dream world. So, I don't know. He's got like the tattoos that like his dad had when he passed. So, we'll see. So, his eyes rested on the TV, his expression bored. What is going on? Finally, no one noticed it. Markings that ran up his arm and neck. I was waiting for that to happen, in fact. Markings he had seen before, more than once, on that very same TV. What do you want from me? I'm staying here tonight. I don't have anywhere else to go. I don't remember what voice I gave him, so. Answer the question. You got a problem? I said I'm staying here tonight. But why? Because I've taken an interest in you. Anyway, I'm tired. Where's the bedroom? Without thinking, Noah pointed towards the door. Why would you do that? Kick him out. Who's this random dweeb? I don't want him in my house. Thanks. You can take the couch. No. You can take the outside of my house. That's what you can take. Ivan stood from his place, straightened out his clothes, and then went into the bedroom. Noah stood still in shock, wondering what just happened. Shaking his head, he picked up his brush again to paint. I'll deal with him later. I can't lose his inspiration. I kind of wish it showed us the paintings. Oh. Tap, tap, tap. The end of his pencil slowly tapped against his desk, and his eyes concentrated on the blonde boy's profile. 1 week ago, August had moved to their class. The initial buzz around him had become subdued, and he had fit in with the others easily. He was naturally charming, kind, smart, and short. He could have become friends with anyone. I know when he chose you. Embarrassing, I'm playing. And yet all week, they'd walked home from school together. They'd eaten lunch together during their breaks. Something about Noah's mind was fixated on him. It was the gay. That's what it was. His voice, his smile, the way he was so interested in absolutely everything, no matter who was talking. The way he thought Noah was so amazing, the way he would hang on to each and every one of his words and treat them like the greatest treasures. Noah was completely enamored, whether he realized it or not. Noah, is there something you need? No, Mr. Floyd, I'm sorry. He put the pencil down, embarrassed about being called out in front of everyone yet again. I think this L teacher, that's all I gotta say. He put down the pencil, embarrassed by being called out in front of everyone again. Before August had arrived, he tried his best to blend into the background, to be ignored wherever possible. Ugh. It didn't seem to be working. The class laughed at him, everyone except August and Kane. He buried his head in his workbook, cheeks a deep red. Anything to escape their laughs. But he knew well enough he would laugh too if it were someone else. I wouldn't. It's literally not funny. That's all for this week's class. No homework since I'm feeling particularly kind right now. Make sure you do some self-study if you find yourself with extra time. The bell rang and everyone began clearing out of the room. Kane sauntered over to Noah's desk, a lopsided smile on his face. Nice tapping. Shut up, I was just thinking. About? Class, of course. Right, Hamlet's so interesting after all. Noah rolled his eyes, but he still laughed in return. Anyway, want to stop by the arcade on our way home? Apparently they have some new machines. Ugh, I wish. My parents got me a new tutor, so I gotta go straight home. Boo, that sucks. Well, enjoy. I'll have fun without you. Asshole. like a spring shower of flowers. Ooh, crazy, okay. August walked up to the stand beside Kane. That same gentle, kind smile on his face. Could we stop by a store on the way home? I wanted to buy some new film. Noah's too busy for us. Tutoring, apparently. Oh, I have enough time for that. What? That won't take much time. We can go to the arcade another day. Right. I'll come too then. Thought you were going to play games. Oh, if you're busy, I can go by myself. No, I'm really not that busy, so I can come. Noah stood from his desk and picked up his backpack. For some reason, Kane looked disappointed. Instead of noticing that, though, Noah couldn't keep his eyes away from August. I'm sure he didn't notice. Justice for Kane. Justice for Kane. I'm sick. Sick and tired, that's what I am. The three of them left the classroom behind. Walking down the stairwell, August suddenly paused. Oh, I think I left my camera in my desk. You two can go ahead. I don't want to keep you waiting when you have tutoring. We can walk together another time. August waved at Noah and Kane before disappearing back up the staircase. Kane turned to leave, only stopping when he noticed Noah wasn't moving. Come on, he said to leave without him. You go ahead. I'll wait. He just said to leave. I'll just wait too. I'm sorry, he's dunking on you. It's fine. You said you wanted to go to the arcade anyway. Can you stop dunking on King? A look that Noah didn't quite understand passed over Kane's handsome features before he shrugged. He turned and started to go down the stairs before he looked back up at Noah. Yeah, I wanted to go with you. See you tomorrow, then. He disappeared from the stairwell, leaving Noah alone, waiting. He tapped his foot nervously and cleared his throat. His palms felt sweaty for some reason. He suddenly wished Kane had stayed after all. What am I even meant to say to him one-on-one? Kane's always been there. Oh! A few steps higher than him, August paused in surprise. In his hands, both a small pink camera and his glasses. A light dusting of red stood out against his pale skin. Noah desperately searched for something, anything to say, but he came up blank. If you hear the jangling, that's my cat. She's found her toy again. August finished polishing his glasses before placing them back on his face, as if to confirm that he was seeing what was actually happening. You should have gone ahead. You didn't have to wait for me. It's no big deal. I wanted to go together anyway. August's surprise turned into a smile. We haven't had that much of a chance to get to know each other. I'd like that. Why don't we go now then, before I make you any more late? August brushed past Noah, leading the way. A faint floral-like smell followed him. The two left the school side by side. I hope you know this kid's on my hit list, that's all I gotta say. A breeze so light it was barely noticeable blew through the quiet street, gently ruffling August's hair. It wasn't something Noah tried to notice. It was more like he couldn't help but notice. Oh, I'm sure he couldn't. At first they walked in silence. It wasn't awkward, but Noah still racked his mind trying to come up with anything to say. Anything that would make him sound cool or funny or like someone August would want to be friends with. I don't know how to tell this kid. Like, he'll just want to be friends with you if he wants to be friends with you. You know what I mean? So, do you like the school? Why, that. I sound so lame. Yeah, I do. Everyone's been really nice to me. I like Mr. Floyd, too. He's fun. I don't. He's weird. Yeah. You said you move around a lot, right? Yeah, my dad's job involves a lot of travel, so I've never stayed anywhere longer than a year. I'm not even sure how long we'll be here, to be honest. Your mom must hate that. I'm sure she would, but she actually died a long time ago. What have I done? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean... Don't worry. There's no way you could have known. It's okay. What was she like? My dad said she was a lot like me, but I don't know. She died during childbirth. R.I.P. R.I.P. to my queen. I'm just making things worse. You literally could not make things worse. It's fine. Unless you killed her yourself, buddy. Why? No, why? I'm sorry. I just made the atmosphere a little heavy, didn't I? I haven't told anyone else before. No, it's okay. I don't mind that we talk about it. I just like talking to you. Well, I like talking to you too. The sun beat down on their faces, warming them to their cores. Every step felt like it echoed through Noah's body. How about this? Can you guess why my name is August? Because you're born in August? He smiled wide, brighter than the sun. I'm August, born in August. That's cute. No, it's kind of lame, actually. I like the name August in and of itself. Just, it's like that one character from Beyond Two Souls. Her name is, I think she chose her name, but it's still like Tuesday or something like that. I don't know. This August is cute. I don't know about cute. Maybe my parents just picked the first thing they thought of. Noah shook his head. It suits you. It feels like an August, born in August. Thanks, Noah. Oh, this is the store I wanted to go into. Do you want to come in, or do you want to wait here? Noah looked up at the store. The window was filled with cameras of all shapes and sizes. I'll wait here. Okay, I'll be quick. It's okay, take your time. I thought you had somewhere to go. As soon as August disappeared into the store, Noah leaned against the wall, banging his head on it a few times. Why did I have to say that? What if he hates me now? He would literally not act like that if he hated you. It feels like someone's holding my tongue whenever I talk to him. What's wrong with me? It's never like this with Kane or anyone else in class. It's just him. Him. With a sigh, Noah looked down at his phone. He already had 3 missed calls from his mother. But as his eyes went wide, his eyes went from his phone screen to August, who he could just see from the window front of the camera store. The choice was obvious. He buried his phone back in his pocket. Yeah, that's what I would do too, for sure. Yeah, you're right. You know what? Yeah, you're right. I would do that. I wouldn't. Just as August came gliding out of the store, Noah stood up straight, instantly cleared his throat. What'd you buy? I needed some new film for my camera. See? August pulled out the film from his bag. Noah had never been one to be interested in photography, but right now it seemed like the most interesting thing in the world. I'm sure it did. Right, you said you like taking pictures. I remember. I love it. I don't have a fancy camera or anything, just an instant one, but it lets me keep my memories of all the places I've been. It makes me happy. I won't forget anything if I have them. That's fair. I do like that about pictures, because I have a really bad memory. Once again, side by side, Noah and August continued down the street. Should we take the shortcut? From this point in the town, the shortcut isn't actually any shorter, but he likes going that way, doesn't he? Yeah, we should be able to get through from here. Noah climbed up the short brick wall that stood in the way before turning around and holding his hand out for August. He didn't even hesitate for a moment before taking that hand. Noah easily pulled him up to stand beside him. Only for a moment did Noah's hand linger. But a moment was all it took. Drama! Oh. I thought there was actual drama. My bad. In fact, nothing happened. The river not so far in the distance gently trickled in the mid-afternoon sun as the 2 boys walked up the mountain path. It was a calming sound, yet Noah felt anything but calm. His hand felt hot where the 2 had touched, and his heartbeat echoed in his ears. Noah? Huh? What's gotten you so frightened? Oh, sorry, I was a little stuck in my own head. What is it? I just wanted to thank you for coming with me. I know you were busy, but you really didn't have to. To be honest, I really wanted you to come, so I owe you one. You don't owe me, actually. Then let me see your photos sometime. My photos? They're not anything special, please. Then show me more of your drawings too. But I actually think it's a pretty fair trade. Okay. Up ahead, they could already see the backs of their houses as they climbed the final few steps quickly. Thanks again, Noah. I had fun. I'll see you tomorrow? It's fine, really. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Noah's voice was small and meek. His mind screamed out at him to stop being so timid and just ask what he wants to ask. But somehow he still struggled in a way he never had before. Wait. I was just wondering if I could, can I have your number? Of course you can. I was actually going to ask for yours too, but I forgot. They pulled out their phones, Noah ignoring the growing mound of missed calls, and exchanged numbers. Noah stared at the numbers on his screen as if he didn't really believe they were real. See you tomorrow, Noah. What, baby? I'm doing something. Bean says hi. Every step back to his house felt as if he were walking on clouds. He clutched his phone to his chest, his heart beating much faster than it should have. There's something wrong with me, isn't there? Nothing wrong with you, Pookie. You're just a little nerdy. Noah, just where have you been? I don't remember what the voices I gave them were either. Dang it. I had to go to the store to buy a new workbook. I filled up my last one already. His mother clutched her necklace so tight her knuckles have gone white. Then you should have told me. You know your new tutor was coming over today. Sorry, Mom. A man stood up from the couch, a man that Noah recognized instantly. Yo, that's my fucking teacher. Mr. Floyd? Hey, Noah. Sorry, this is probably a surprise. I thought you knew. I surely didn't. He rubbed the back of his neck awkwardly, his eyes drifting over at Noah's mother. No, of course I didn't know. Why didn't anyone tell me? Dear, don't embarrass me in front of our guest. Go to your room and start studying, okay? Let's just spend the evening working out. I'm turning my audio down because, yeah. I really can't, hear when they do that. Please stop doing that. Let's just spend the evening working out exactly what I'm going to help you with. Does that sound good? Sure. I'll bring you some snacks later. Noah, please make sure to concentrate and not waste any of Mr. Floyd's time. Do you understand? Sure. Yo, some rich mom would not let that response fly. Noah held the door open long enough for his teacher to enter the room before he slammed it shut. His mother would probably scold him about it later, but at the present moment, he didn't care. With a sigh, Noah sat down on the ground. Wait, what? Yeah, on one side of his table, while Mr. Floyd took the other. Oh yeah, because it's a low table. For a few moments it was quiet before Mr. Floyd opened his mouth again. Sorry, Noah, I really did think she told you. Anyway, this can be casual. I'm not your teacher here. You kinda are. Okay, I still kinda am, but it's different. Noah couldn't help but crack a smile at his flailing. A laugh escaped his lips and he leaned back, finally relaxing. Fine. Do I get to call you by your first name? Whoa, let's not be hasty here. Mr. Floyd pulled out a notebook and a pencil. I would usually ask what you're struggling with, but we both know you don't struggle with anything, and honestly I'm unsure why you need a tutor. My mom might explode if I don't have one. So it's like that. Then why don't I teach you some more advanced subjects? They'll come in useful for university. Noah glanced towards his art books. That sounds good. Any specific topics that interest you then, or would you rather I decide? Noah shrugged. Alrighty, we can start with math and science first, and by tomorrow, I'll work out a proper study plan. Cool? Cool. Or we could just watch a movie and play some games instead. Sure, if you want me to be fired. Better not then. I'll end up with an annoying tutor like last time. Annoying? He got all the answers to his own questions wrong, didn't appreciate me correcting him, and then went crying to my mom and quit. I'm almost impressed. How about we make this fun? If you manage to catch me making a mistake like that, I'll let you play games instead of studying that session. You're on. Despite his best efforts, the rest of the evening passed by without Noah being able to one-up his teacher in any way. Noah had always been smart enough, but Mr. Floyd knew exactly what he was teaching as if it were second nature to him. A gentle breeze came from his ever so slightly open window as he finished the last question given to him. Good work today. Seriously, Noah, you're gonna go places. You're a smart kid. Geez, do you ever make any mistakes? I've made plenty of mistakes, but I'm sure I'll make plenty more, too. Good luck catching me making one, though. Mr. Floyd winked. I don't like that. closed his textbook at the same time. But you're so smart. How did you end up a teacher? What? Being a teacher isn't good enough? I didn't mean it like that. I'm kidding. Someone special to me told me I'd be good at it. I didn't really have anything I wanted to do when I was your age, so I just went with what they told me to do. And as it turned out, I loved it. A girlfriend? Something like that. Anyway, it's getting late. We'll resume this tomorrow. Sound good? So what, are you gay too? Sorry, I'm gonna be clearing my throat a lot. It's over, as per usual. I don't know about good, but Mr. Floyd laughed out. I never realized you were such a troublesome kid. He stood and picked up his bags before smiling down at Noah. I'll walk you out the door. Okay. Don't already. It's 9 p.m. You should be exceptionally proud of your son. He's got a good head on his shoulders. Hey. And I am, Mr. Floyd. He's my pride and joy. I'll see you tomorrow, Noah. Good job today. With a casual wave, he left the house. I'm gonna go to sleep. Good night. Good night. Oh, and Noah, your brother's coming back from his school trip soon. Right. I wonder if it's older or younger. The room was already dark. For some reason, this was the time of day Noah liked most. Probably because you got left alone the most. Yeah, that's what I thought. The time of day where no one else would bother him or question him, yell at him. He could be alone with his thoughts. Thoughts that were, today, particularly disordered. Usually he'd use his chance to draw, but for some reason he couldn't bring himself to concentrate. Couldn't bring himself to put his pencil to paper. An odd occurrence for him. At any other time, this would be how he got his feelings out. How he made himself feel just a little bit better. But tonight his mind was muddled, a mess that he couldn't decipher. He unlocked his phone and stared at the contact lists. August's name stood out from all the rest. I'm sure it did. It's like, what, the first one? How many people do you know? Like 4? It's like your mom, your dad, your brother, and Kane and August. There's not that many people that I don't think you would know. His finger hovered over the message button, but he couldn't bring himself to press it. With a sigh, his hand dropped back down to the bed. Outside of his window, the rain fell noisily to the land below. He closed his eyes, listening to the sound before picking up his phone again. First, he searched for one phrase. Why am I nervous around someone? The answer is inconclusive. More specific. Why do I feel both sick and excited when I see him? A particular word stood out to him on that search page. A word that made him blink a few times, both in surprise and validation. He searched one final phrase before falling asleep. What does a crush feel like? Or you better be deleting that history with your mom. With your mom, girl, you better be deleting that history fast. I'll be handing back your mock exams now. I'm very proud of how much you've all grown, academically and otherwise. And you should all be proud of yourselves too. Mr. Floyd walked between the desks, setting the marked exam papers face down. For some reason, Noah felt nervous. He didn't usually feel nervous about something like this. He'd always done well after all. There we go. I was like, I need you to stop doing that. Okay. He didn't usually feel nervous about something like this. He's always done well after all. But something about impressing both his new tutor and teacher made the butterflies in his stomach start stirring. Mr. Floyd's footsteps echoed through the hushed classroom. Noah looked at the faces of those who had already received their grades. Some looked happy, some disappointed. I wonder what my face will look like to them. Mr. Floyd's footsteps stopped in front of Noah's desk. When he looked up to meet his teacher's eyes, he winked and placed the test down before resuming his walk around the classroom. Taking a deep breath, Noah flipped the page over. 98. I got a 98? That's way higher than usual. Slay. That should be everyone. Give yourselves a pat on the back and make sure to relax over the weekend. You all deserve it. The bell rang just as he finished teaching. Kane quickly bounded over to Noah with a wide smile on his face. Go on, how did you do? No way. You show me first. Fine. With me? Take a look at this. With a grin that said, try to beat this, Kane slammed his mock exam onto Noah's desk and red pen and 94 was circled. Wow, amazing. It's okay. You don't have to be jealous. Oh, I'm not. With a similar grin, Noah pushed his test towards Kane. What? Mr. Floyd must have made a mistake. Mr. Floyd, come back. Kane mockingly pretended to chase after the teacher, who just laughed and waved him off, busy packing his things up. Give that back. How the hell did you get a 98? 98? Noah, that's amazing. In the middle of the ruckus, August approached quietly, a look of amazement on his face. At his arrival, Kane had tensed up a little. Like, he's so obviously uncomfortable. Like, he's so obviously not happy with, like, oh, it's so heartbreaking. Because he just deserves so much more. Oh my god, I turned my own microphone down. I'm a criminal. Well, whatever. Anyways. Eh. I'm so upset that he treats Kane that way. I wish he treated him better with every fiber of my being. Like, I just really wish he treated him better. And he doesn't. It makes me so upset. Whatever. Oh, thanks. He probably cheated. I did not. I just have a new tutor. Oh, I remember you mentioning that. He must be really good. Yeah, he is. I can't believe this. My winning streak is ruined. Shut up already. You only beat me once before because I didn't care. Sob. Don't say sob out loud. That sounds so stupid. Kane and Noah laughed. We should celebrate somehow. You don't have to do that. It's not even a big deal. Celebrate, nerd. I want to. 98 is really amazing. You should be proud. What did you get, huh? What'd you get? How did you do? Well, I got a 75. Not as good as you two. That's still really amazing too, you know. You're really amazing. Can you not be you for a minute? You're so awkward. I don't even know how to deal with you. How about you two stay over at my place this weekend? I've got some new games. August blinked a few times, obviously surprised. Me? Well, yeah, it's your idea to celebrate. I just thought that you... Yeah, I think that would be really fun. No, say it. Say it, August. Think that you what? Didn't like you? Yeah, I don't think he likes you that much either. But not because of you. Because that's this kid. Alright, let's do it. Actually, out of character, Otter's... Oh, hello, Otter? August stuttered a little, as if he was a little nervous about what he was about to ask, before he brushed it off and regained his usual confidence. Why don't you two come over to my place? My dad's been asking me to introduce my friends to him. August's house? Ugh. You're the worst. You are the actual worst. That's fine with me. Noah? Staying overnight at August's house in August's bedroom? Where else would you be? In the backyard? Earth to Noah. Hey, stop zoning out. It's okay if you don't want to. No, I do. I really want to. Anyway, I gotta get home now. My tutor's gonna come over again. One of these days, you'll have time to hang out again. Yeah, whatever. Then let's walk home together. I don't have anything else to do today. As the three of them walked towards the door, Mr. Floyd called out, "Good job, Noah. I'll see you later." In response, Noah smiled and waved. See you later. Weird. Very weird. What was that about? What was what about? See you later. Oh, Mr. Floyd is my tutor. Things are starting to make sense. What's that supposed to mean? Kane shrugged. Just saying. Your high mark is just beginning to make sense since the two of you are friends. Oh, shut up. I earned that. You're just jealous. He's way better than my last tutor anyway. I don't think I've ever had a tutor. I thought that only happened in movies and stuff. What kind of nerd are you? People have tutors all the time. Count yourself lucky then. I've been stuck with mine since I was 7. Wow. I've gone through a few. If you ever need any help, I could tutor you, if you wanted. You tutoring? I think that 98's going to your head. Shut up. Thanks, Noah. I think I'll take you up on that. There's a few things I didn't understand on the test. No problem. Unrelated, but I heard your brother's gonna be back soon. God, don't remind me. You have a brother? Yeah, he's a little older than me. Okay, older. Got it. Sounds like you don't get along very well. He's the golden child. I'm the failure, after all. Failure? Don't be silly. You always get good marks. Your teacher likes you. And you're so good at art, too. He got 100% on every test through high school. He was the captain of 2 different sports teams. President of the student council. How did you hear that anyway? Your mom was chatting with my mom the other day. I heard it from her. Of course, you just gotta brag that her favorite child is coming home. Let me stay at your place for a couple weeks, just until he's gone. As much as your mom likes me, I think she'd kill both of us if we tried that. My mom likes you more than she likes me. I'm sure you could ask her for anything and she'd say yes. That's really sad. You could just stay at my place. They're not gonna let you stay at your place, sweetie. No. Wait, really? Hey! I wouldn't want to bother you. You'd never be a bother, and you're always welcome in my house. Thanks. Before long, they'd already reached home, to Noah's disappointment. I want to spend more time with him. If only I didn't have tutoring tonight. Ugh, even though we've been in the same class for a little while now, I feel like I've barely gotten to hang out. Well, yeah, it seems like you have a very, controlling mother. Sweet boy. Sweet summer child. And with that thought in his mind, he braced himself for what was awaiting him. He could hear the voices before he even stepped through the door. They didn't like to keep their words to hushed tones, instead deciding that if anyone did overhear them, they didn't care. I think this new tutor's a good fit for him. If he can convince him to finally give up that girly hobby, then I don't care who it is. Maybe his brother will be able to talk some sense into him too. Did you just call... Wait, no, hold on, pause. Did you call drawing a girly hobby? Drawing's not a girly hobby. There's so many male artists. Quit playing right now. I'm home. He purposely cut in their conversation, ignoring the words, even as they cut deep into him. What is so wrong with drawing? Literally nothing. I have something to show you. Here. Noah fished his test paper from his bag and handed it over to his mother, who gasped in surprise. Noah, did you take someone else's test? You're gonna get him tutoring with his own professor, and then call his grade a lie? You're so annoying. Dude, I hate your parents. I'm gonna be honest. What? No. Did you cheat? No. This is really yours. Yeah. Not bad. Nearly as good as Asher. Right, my bad. I'll try harder next time. Don't worry, dear. He'll get it next time. With an inaudible laugh, Noah felt his spirits deflate. He took back the paper and buried it in his backpack. I'm gonna wait for my tutor in my room. Good boy. I'll bring you snacks later. I hate your parents. I mean this in the rudest, meanest way possible to them. I hate your parents. I hope your parents take a long walk off a shore pier. Instead of setting up for his tutor, Noah found himself pulling up his old sketchbooks from his shelves. His eyes danced over the pages, looking at everything he'd poured his heart into for the past few years. I guess I just suck. Why am I never good enough? That's your parents' problem, not you. You did nothing wrong. At least August thinks I'm cool. You know who also thinks you're cool? Kane, but whatever. For what must have been the 100th time, Noah stared at August's contact in his phone before deciding against texting him. It's not like I have anything to say to him. Hi is a good thing to start with. I'm here, Noah. You should be proud of yourself. After that last test, you've always been so great. Good, no, great, but you've grown even further. Thanks to you. Mr. Floyd shut the door behind him and shook his head. No, it's because you put effort in. He sat his textbooks down on the table before glancing towards the sketchbooks in Noah's hands. What's this? Oh, they're nothing. Is this your art? Noah braced himself. He waited for the same words that came from each of his tutors, like robots with a strict script. The scripts that, by extension, came from his parents, every single time. You should give that up. It's a waste of time. You should study instead. You have so many talents. I had no idea you could draw. You're not going to tell me to stop? Of course I'm not. He laughed and sat down. But unlike you, I struggle with even a stick figure, so I wouldn't be any use in that regard. So, should we get started on what I can't help you with? Noah felt a lightness in his heart that he didn't know could exist. He's on my side? Mr. Floyd opened up one of his math textbooks, waiting for Noah to join him. He sat on the other side of the table, pulled out his workbook. Equations and calculations sat against the page like a foreign language. I think we can move on to a new subject now. You've already proven you have a mastery over what I've taught so far. Noah nodded, but his eyes were down to his phone. I thought he would have sent me a message by now. Maybe he doesn't want to. Or maybe he wants me to send one first. Or maybe he just doesn't even have anything to say since we're not even that close and we see each other at school every day. Or maybe Noah. Maybe he didn't actually wanted to give me his number and I put him on the spot. Is it too weird to message each other? Hello, Earth to Noah? Mr. Floyd waved his hand in front of Noah, snapping him out of wherever his mind had gone. Oh, sorry, I'm listening. I don't think you are, liar. Of course you're not. His tutor closed the textbook, looking at him earnestly. What's on your mind? I'm sorry, Mr. Floyd. I'll concentrate now. This poor boy. Noah reached across the table, trying to open the textbook back to whatever page the teacher was currently trying to talk about. But unfortunately, Mr. Floyd was faster than him. He gently placed his hands on the book, stopping it from being opened before shaking his head. Some things are more important than schoolwork. A lot of things, really. Don't tell anyone I said that to you. No one will ever do their homework again. Is it really okay? He'll think I'm weird, won't he? But I feel like I can trust him. Actually, there is something on my mind. I don't want you to laugh at me, though. Go ahead. I won't laugh. I know I just laughed. Don't think about it. What does liking someone feel like? Liking someone? Like, liking someone like love or something. Mr. Floyd did in fact laugh for a second before he noticed the serious expression on Noah's face. Oh, you're serious? For a healthy teenage boy, I thought you would have known this already. Let's see. I wasn't exactly prepared for this. He cleared his throat awkwardly. So, you mean like physically? Yeah, like how would you know? Let me think back to being a teenager. I guess I used to feel awkward around my crush. Butterflies, wanted to talk to them, staring at them. Sounds kind of creepy looking back on it. Is it someone in class? You don't have to tell me. Then why'd you ask? Noah nodded wordlessly. Sophia, or maybe Aria. Is it wrong to like someone that's like me? Someone like you? It's August. A silence followed his sudden outburst. He blinked in surprise at Noah's answer. Of course that's not wrong. Really? Yeah, you have nothing to be worried about. A warm feeling spread across Noah's chest. Validation. It's okay. I'm okay. I'm normal. This has really been bothering you, huh? Well, don't worry. I won't tell anyone, especially not your whack-ass parents. Mr. Floyd reopened his textbook naturally, segueing back into the lesson. Now, where were we? Noah picked up his pencil and listened carefully. His mind suddenly clear as the sky just outside the window, which had begun to dim into a gentle orange. Right, advanced calculus, everyone's favorite. You'll pick it up in no time. I hate calculus. Yeah, I hate it. Yeah, I hate it. How do you even remember so much? Would you believe me if I said I just love math so much it's all I do in my free time? Ew. Even teachers aren't that sad. Except maybe Miss... Wait, maybe I shouldn't say that. I really shouldn't say that. Come on, now I'm curious. My lips are sealed. Fine, then how do you remember it all? The truth is I don't remember every single thing. I think that's the same no matter what you study. You learn things, you forget things, you relearn things. That sounds so lame. Who'd want to learn something you're not interested in over and over again just to teach someone else? Me, I suppose. There's something satisfying about being able to pass on knowledge. Maybe you'll understand one day. I would be an awful teacher. An art teacher, then? No, I'm nowhere near that good. I beg to differ, but whether you do that or not, I can see you're going far with your art. Keep it up, okay? Mr. Floyd chatted happily, circling a formula, hello, in Noah's workbook at the same time. He can do advanced calculus and small talk at the same time. He really is something else. Do you have someone you like? What? Where'd that come from? Also unprofessional. Please don't talk about that with a child. Please, I beg of you. It's weird. I was just wondering. You said someone special told you to be a teacher, right? So you do pay attention in class. I thought you were too busy tapping your pencil against the desk. Hey! I did. You did? That person isn't around anymore. Don't think I didn't catch that. I don't think I didn't. I caught it. I got it. It's living in my nog. No, I saw that. No, you got caught. No, I saw it. I haven't really been interested in dating since then. Oh, I'm sorry. What? Oh, they aren't dead. They just got married. I went to the wedding and it was beautiful. Still just a little heartbroken, I guess. Did you try that thing they do in movies? Objecting? I'd die before actually doing that. Really, this is another lesson for you. Take risky shots before you don't have a chance anymore. Was her dress pretty at least? He looked happier than ever. Oh, right. Her dress was pretty too. Noah, I need you to get it together. I need you to read between the lines, buddy. Read between the lines. At some point, the sun had fallen deep over the horizon, leaving the moonlight to shine from the large window at the back of the room. Mr. Floyd shut his textbook with a sad sigh, staring out the window, as if he was waiting for someone to miraculously appear. When no one did, he turned back to Noah. I think that's enough for today, though I think we chatted more than studied. Don't tell him, Ray. I need extra money. I knew you were not here out of the goodness of your own heart. Mr. Floyd smirked in response, and Noah found himself laughing alongside the man as they both headed towards the door. Good work today, Noah. I'll see you tomorrow. I see you two are finally done. Good. A word, if that's okay with you. Of course, ma'am. Noah, you can go back to your room. Why? The adults need to speak. Go on, run off. All right, good night. I'll see you tomorrow, Mr. Floyd. Suspicious, suspicious. The door shut quietly behind Noah as he tried to put aside his mother's dismissive attitude. On the table, various books were still laid out from the tutoring session. But his studies weren't what was on his mind. He says it's okay that I like August. Right. I like him. That's what this is. Noah settled in between his sheets, closing his eyes. Outside the door, he could hear the low murmuring of talking, but couldn't make out any specific words. But whatever they were talking about, it didn't matter. At the time, at that moment, nothing else mattered to him but the feeling of finally being accepted. Finally feeling like he'd found his place. And with that in mind, his eyes closed. Suspicious. Very suspicious. Morning had come around much too quickly. Noah had spent most of the night tossing and turning, thinking about what his teacher had said, and his feelings for the boy who lived just next door. He'd only just managed to sleep when his eyes snapped open. For some reason, the sunlight streamed from the outside seemed particularly bright this morning. That was cause for alarm. Noah reached out for his phone and flipped it open. The time on it read 8:25 a.m. What the? My alarm didn't go off. The bell's gonna ring in 5 minutes. 2 minutes later, he was dressed and ready to leave. He quickly checked himself in the mirror, smoothed out his hair before he practically flew out the door. Mom, why didn't you wake me? Both the kitchen and the living room were devoid of all life. Usually, at least his mother would still be around at this time of day, but it seemed like she was out. With no more time to waste on where they had gone, Noah picked up his backpack from near the front door and stepped into his shoes before shooting out the front door. This music kind of slows. In a hurry, Noah circled around his house to reach the overgrown yet well-worn track that led down the mountain. If I run, I won't be too late, I hope. Usually, he would either wait around for August or Kane and see them already waiting for him. This time, he didn't expect to see either of them. Maybe that's why he stopped in his tracks when a bit of blonde hair shone in the sun through the foliage ahead of him. That's crazy. Wait, August? Oh my god, I'm not ready to see him yet. Should I go back the way I came? But he's been waiting for me all this time. Noah? A voice called out from beyond the green leaves. Green eyes that nearly matched peered at him, first in surprise, then in happiness. Noah, it's you! What are you doing here? I was waiting for you so we could walk to school together, but now you're gonna be late. I don't mind being a little late. What if I was sick or something, or wasn't gonna go today? Well, I was contemplating knocking on your door, but I didn't want to rush you. Thanks. Kane didn't wait? Oh, he wanted to come drag you out a bed himself, but he said something about his father telling him not to be too late today for some reason. Weird. Shoulder to shoulder, the two started speeding down the mountain, careful not to slip. At the present moment, being late for school was the last thing on Noah's mind. All of his senses were consumed by August, his eyes filled with the sight of his face that shone like sunlight falling on the field of flowers, his nose filled with the smell of August's shampoo, which still drifted off his slightly damp hair. His ears much too aware of August's breath, of his footsteps, of the rocks tumbling beneath his feet. Each time their shoulders brushed, Noah could feel him wanting to run away as fast as possible. Dang, you're running that close, that fast. I'd fall and break my neck. There's only one thing missing from the five senses was taste. Don't taste. A taste of, oh my god, what am I thinking? Noah felt his face flush. Never in his life have he thought another person this way. And now suddenly it was as if it was all he could think about. Did you sleep in? Huh? Noah nearly jumped out of his skin when Noah spoke. Oh, I didn't sleep very well. I think I forgot to set my alarm, too. I hate when that happens. Usually my mom would wake me up if I oversleep, but she wasn't at home this morning. August pulled out his phone and checked his clock. Doesn't look like we'll be too late, at least. Though, if we're already late, we should just skip class and hang out instead. I'm kidding. Oh, that doesn't sound too bad to me. I think my dad might cry if I skipped school, to be honest. Really? Yeah, it's just the kind of person he is. Up ahead, the greenery was slowly giving way to concrete. For some reason, that filled Noah with a sense of sadness. Here, together, alone, they were in a place no one else could reach. No one else could ruin him. But out there, the world went on. I wish we could just stay here. Nothing, it's fine. Come on, we should hurry up. Right. True. So true, honestly. The two boys ran through the streets and into the school gates. A teacher who had been minding the gates simply shook her head as the two walked in. Jeez, now they're gonna think I'm a bad influence on you even more. Being influenced by you doesn't sound so bad. The two stopped dead in their tracks as they walked into the classroom. So busy chatting they almost forgot they were late. The room was hushed and all eyes went to the two boys. You, take a seat. Me? Yes, you. Okay. August took... This is suspicious. Save. I don't like where this is going. August took his seat alone, leaving Noah standing awkwardly at the door. Sitting at the front of the desk was someone other than their teachers, the principal. Noah, I take it? Yeah, sorry we were late. It's all my fault. I'll deal with your tardiness later. For now, please come with me. Noah stood his ground. Why? I presume your parents would have talked to you. Well, they never fucking do they? Every time someone says that to this kid, they never talk to him. When Noah didn't budge, the principal simply sighed and shrugged his shoulders before opening his mouth once again. You'll be moving classes from today. Why? Because your parents have requested it. Now come on, let's not make a scene. But, you'll be in class 3-1 from today onwards. Come on, I'll introduce you. Class, Mr. Floyd will arrive shortly. Please use this time as a self-study until then. That's weird. I don't think that's how that works. Sir, please, I think there's been a mistake. You're Noah, correct? Yes. Your parents requested, well, I can't really say requested. Demanded would be more suited, I think. They've demanded you be moved at once. Your mother was here this morning, in person. Why weren't you told? Why you weren't told, I don't know. Noah felt himself deflate. Mom did this? Why? Do I really have to move? Unfortunately, I can't do anything about it. Your family is a major financial backer. Whatever he said after that, Noah couldn't bear to listen anymore. It always comes down to money, doesn't it? Have enough money and you can mess with anyone's life over as much. You can mess someone's life over as much as you want. I hate her. I hate them so much. The two stopped in front of the door that was identical to the last classroom, and the two stepped inside. Once again, the class looked towards him as he entered, though this time the faces were much more unfamiliar. A young woman with short orange hair and dark eyes smiled towards him. She quickly moved to pull him to the side. You must be Noah. Please, you can take a seat. You can call me Miss Rose. I understand you were probably moved here against your wishes, so I won't force you to stand at the front of the class and introduce yourself, okay? Fine. She smiled. Her eyes seemed sympathetic, but Noah looked away from her angrily. Noah sat at the desk he was pointed towards, wordlessly, a frown in his brow. What is going on? Why would they do this to me? This isn't fair. This isn't fair. The principal, done with his part, left the room, nodding to Miss Rose. Noah kept his mouth shut, his workbook closed, and his pen lying to the side, unused. He stared out the window, at the mountains in the distance. We should have just stayed there. Skip class and hang out like you said. Everything sucks. Everything sucks except for you. And Kane. Miss Rose's voice droned on in the background while Noah paid her no mind. His eyes wandered from the mountains back to his desk, opened his workbook, and it was filled with yesterday's notes, neat and tidy. He lifted his pen to the next page, and it harshly scribbled down the page. Then another, leaving muddy black ink over his white canvas. Before Noah knew it, the lunch bell was ringing, and he was the only one left in class. He jumped from his desk and stormed out, searching for the one person in particular. Better be your mom. Hey! Noah finally spotted him, Mr. Floyd walking down the stairwell, alone. His materials for the day had been tightly under his arms. When Noah launched down the steps towards him, he dropped his books and papers everywhere. Embarrassing. What's going on? Wordlessly, he bent down to pick up his dropped items, but Noah quickly advanced further towards him. I said what's going on. Why have I been moved? Your parents requested it. But why? I was wrong. You shouldn't listen to my advice. What do you mean? Mr. Floyd paused, his face conflicted. His words were slow and drawn out, as if he was struggling to say them. My advice about August, you should ignore it. So you're telling me what I feel is wrong after all? I'm sorry, Noah, but please don't speak to me again, or both of us will be in trouble. With his papers gathered, he continued down the stairs, leaving Noah alone with his anger. He punched the wall, uncharacteristically filled with rage. I just want to be in the same class with August. This isn't fair. Noah! Hey. What's going on? What was that this morning? Great question. I got escorted to Mrs. Rose's class this morning by the principal, and no one will tell me what's going on. They just keep saying that my parents made me move. But why? Kane's frown deepened. His usual teasing face replaced with something much more serious. They can't just do that. Apparently they can. Once again, they just ruined my life. I'm sorry. At least they didn't suddenly move me to another school. It could be worse, I guess. That still doesn't make this fair. Fine, then I'm gonna come sit in Miss Rose's class today. If we're allowed to just move around however we want. Don't, you'll just get in trouble. And what are they gonna do? It's not worth it. I'll try to work it out. You want me to tell August? Not yet. Maybe I can fix this somehow. I'm going home now, so you don't have to wait for me after school. Won't that just get you in more trouble? Probably, but I don't really care. Alright, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see what I can do, too. Kane gave Noah a wave before going back to the hallway, filled with anger. Noah flew down the staircase and out onto the street, ignoring the calls from the teachers behind him. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this kid cut off his parents. What's going on? What are you doing home? Class doesn't finish until this afternoon. Why did you move me to a different class? I'm very disappointed in you, Noah, for many reasons. Give me your phone. Now. What? Why? Now. Frustrated, he whipped out his phone from his bag, and just in time to see the screen light up with the name he's been waiting for all this time. August. But it was too late. She snatched it from his hand as he floundered to get it back. Wait, let me check that text. She looked down at the screen and signed before switching the phone off. You're not having this back. From now on, you better concentrate only on school. I don't want any more nonsense from you. What? No more stopping places on the way home, and absolutely no hang around this August anymore. I don't understand. Why did you make me move class? Why are you punishing me for no reason? Go to your room. What about my tutoring later? We fired your tutor. I'll find you a new one. Tears threatened to overflow as he stomped back to his room and slammed the door in his face. The echo traveling through the entire house. Maybe it's just me. I would have ran away. I know it's bad. I know it's really bad. But me as a teenager, I would have left. I just would have left. I would have been like, anything's better than this. Anything's better than being trapped in a life where I can't be happy. I can't do anything I want. I'm forced to be a carbon copy of my brother. That would make me so pissed off. The jerk. He told her everything, didn't he? When they went to talk alone, he told her everything I said to him. He told me I was normal. But he told him everything. I shouldn't have trusted him. He told me I was normal. Jerk. Noah collapsed on his bed, burying his tear-filled face into the mountain of pillows. He didn't even bother kicking off his shoes. It's not fair. Why does everyone want to ruin my life? I just want to be in the same class as him. At some point, his eyes began to feel heavy, and he fell into a sleep that finally stopped his tears, and the world kept moving around him. Kane, frustrated with his own inability to help, and August, who wondered if messaging Noah was too forward, especially since he was ignored. When Noah opened his eyes again, his room was already dark. His eyes felt puffy and skin tight. He sat up from the bed and turned on a lamp. In a mirror across the room, he saw his reflection. I look like crap. Maybe I should try that thing, August said. He left the room and returned with his hands full of various products his mother owned. What does this all do, anyway? I guess I'm not surprising August. It's not surprising August uses this stuff. His skin looks really soft and smooth. I bet if I touched it, I bet it would feel really nice. He picked up a few random bottles of various sizes. Toner, cleanser, serum, eye cream. What is all of this? Finally, he found the bottle he was searching for in the sea of other bottles. Light moisturizer. Maybe this will help. Awkwardly, he rubbed it over his face, waiting for something magical to happen. Well, I guess it feels a little fresher. This stuff is way too overpriced. He sighed, dropping the bottles onto the floor as he fell back onto his bed. Of course he finally texts me and she takes my phone. Of course, the thing I've been waiting for. Maybe I should go over and talk to him, otherwise he'll think I'm ignoring him. Standing, he rested his hand on the doorknob before trying to turn it. Locked. What? I just left a minute ago. Did they seriously lock me in here? I guess leaving in the middle of the night is probably a bad idea anyway, but some fresh air would be good. And with that thought, he pulled the window open before he froze. In the window across from him, he saw August. A pair of headphones sat in his ears. The sound of his soft humming came from behind his closed window. His bedroom's right across from mine? How did I not notice? He drew a single shallow breath and held it, as if waiting for something to go wrong, for someone to take this away from him too, but nothing happened. He searched through his room looking for something to throw. Pencils. Please let me not damage his window or hit him. Bang, bang, bang. Bing, bing, bing. He threw them one at a time, not too hard lest someone in his house noticed, but he hoped hard enough to attract August's attention. Before long, he saw August pull his headphones from his ears and look forward towards the window. His big eyes green were filled with surprise. He rushed towards the window and opened it. A pencil soared over his head and into his room. Noah quickly slid out of his window and sat atop the windowsill. August copied him doing the same thing. Oh, yeah, they're closer than I think. For some reason, I was like, oh, those are way closer than I thought. Some reason I thought they were like across the street from each other. And he was just throwing pencils across the street. I was like, that's crazy. I was like, no, you're throwing pencils across the street. This makes way more sense. Noah! Shh, someone will notice. He whispered in return, raising his fingers to his lips. August nodded knowingly, as if he understood exactly what was going on. I had no clue my bedroom faced yours. Noah could have sworn he saw a dusting of pink on August's cheeks as he chuckled quietly. I noticed the other day. I thought you already knew. I shut my curtains when I get changed, don't I? I don't know how I didn't notice. I'm sorry about ignoring your text. I didn't get to read it because my mom took my phone. She says I can't have it back. What? Why? I can't tell him what I said to Mr. Floyd. I confided in Mr. Floyd about a personal issue, and he gave me some advice, but then he went and told everything to my parents anyway. And now everything's ruined. They made me move class, they took my phone, and they said I'm not allowed to talk to you anymore. And everything's a mess. I'm sorry. I should have told you earlier. It'll be okay. Don't worry about the message either. It's not your fault. I wanted to be in the same class as you. As me? I mean, I just like spending time with you. And Kane too, of course. Yeah, Kane's always an afterthought, isn't he? I also wish we could be in the same class too. Sorry, I don't want to make you feel even worse. Then I'll just move class as well. Sorry, I don't want... Wait, oh, I went the wrong way. My bad. Huh, interesting. What? Are you serious? Well, I'll ask my dad if he can organize it or not, but either way, we can still hang out, right? You don't have to do that. I'm sure you have other friends apart from me. August shook his head and gave Noah his signature smile. I want to spend my time with you. But you don't find me annoying? As if August could read his mind, he smiled gently towards Noah. He paused. You and Kane show me what it's like to have real friends. I don't want to lose that. Oh, right, Kane. Noah scratched the back of his head awkwardly, annoyed himself for jumping to conclusions. I'll tell him about the plan, too. Yeah, probably a good idea. All of a sudden, August went quiet as he peered through the darkness towards Noah. Noah became still as a statue, freezing up completely under his scrutinous eye. What? Did you use moisturizer? I just thought I'd try it since you said it was good. Noah glanced away, filled with embarrassment, just in time to see a flash. That's really fruity of you. In August's hand was a pink camera. He smiled from behind it as it printed out a picture of Noah. Did you just? I used the film we bought at the store together. See? What the? You should just throw that away. You don't need a picture of me. No chance. I think I want to hang it up in my room. If you're gonna do that, then we should take one together. We can do that, but I want to keep this one too. That's kind of embarrassing. Really? I like it. Whenever I feel lonely, looking at my pictures makes me feel happier. You can just come see me instead. From behind him, Noah heard the sound of something being unlocked. With a feeling of dread in his stomach, he jumped back from his window. I think my mom's here. I gotta go. Good night. Good night, Noah. Sleep well. This is terrible. This is actually terrible. Noah's door swung open just as he had managed to retreat back under his covers. His heart was still beating hard, so hard it was almost painful. Because I nearly got caught? No, because I like August. A lot. I like him. You're in bed. I was gonna bring you dinner. I'm not hungry. Fine. Straight home from school tomorrow. Do you understand? Can I stay at a friend's place this weekend? Noah's mother crossed her arms, obviously not impressed by his question. Which friend? She knows. If I say Kane now, I'll just be in more trouble. August, Kane is coming too. No, you're not allowed to go over to his house. You're grounded. Anyway, good night, Noah. What a bitch. Oh, God. Oh, I wish the worst things for her. Oh, I wish the worst. Nothing but the worst. I don't like her. I don't like her. She's on my hit list. That's what it is. She's on my hit list, in fact. Noah's mom is asking for a knuckle sandwich. I actually have these fists are what is it? These fists are ready to eat for everyone. That's what's happening right now. She shut the door behind her before Noah could even think of a response. Oh, she sucks. She's just the freaking worst. Don't talk tonight. She's a loser. Alone, as always, but on the other side of his window, someone that made him feel together. Are we in chapter 2? Okay. I think then that's a good place to stop. So, I have no idea what's happening. This is so sad. Do I think Noah's kind of a little freak? Yeah, and I love that for him because he's, young and gay and experiencing his first gay. But I also think that his mom's really annoying and I'm gonna get her. Also, calling drawing girly goes crazy. What do you mean? You know how many people draw? You know how many men draw? Dude, was it Da Vinci? Da Vinci is an artist. And a very, very incredibly, famous scientist. What are you talking about? Unbelievable. I hope their house burns down. Not that they're in it, just that it burns down. Because I know that's really inconvenient. And, yeah, I also hope their tires pop and that their pillow's really warm at night. And that when they go to drink, a water on a really hot day that it's room temperature. I hope on a really long day that they drop their keys right before they get inside their house. I hope that in this sequence of events, that they they run into a door frame and then trying to walk around it, they stub their toe and then they back into a doorknob and it stabs them in the side. That's what I hope happens in a sequence of events. Yeah, that's what I hope for them. I hope that they're really excited to have a meal and then they go to look for it and it's expired by a singular day. Sorry, I love wishing mildly inconvenient things on people. It's so funny. Anyways, so I don't know. Hopefully, I want to see him get away from this. I want to see him get away. So far, his life just looks like a series of L's, but I'm hoping he gets his W at some point. But that's all I got for now. So I hope you're enjoying, and I will see you all next time. Bye.